We both have patchouli problem. We love it. We can't get enough of it, right?
It seems that way based on my purchasing history. That sounds accurate.
That sounds accurate.
So what we're here to talk about today is
Gold Rose Oud from Tiziana Terenzi, a brand we both love.
And though it doesn't have patchouli in the name, boy, is it a patchouli. And a beautiful, beautiful one.
This is a beautiful one. Amazing one. This is probably the very first one I smelled from this house, but slow to reviewing it. But we are reviewing it for you today with a full bottle giveaway for any subscribers of this channel from the USA. So if you want to find out about Gold Rose Oud, please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian, this is Dahlia. We're back with another video for you today. If this is your first time landing on my channel and you love watching fragrance reviews, finding out about new fragrances, discovering old classics like Gold Rose Oud, finding out about new brands, participating in giveaways, and still haven't subscribed to the channel, please click the subscribe button below and also click the bell so that you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. So Gold Rose Oud is a fragrance that I've loved for many years, and I've actually given it as a gift to my mom. I gave a bottle to my mom. She was absolutely obsessed. In fact, I actually had Paolo Terenzi, the brand owner of Tiziana Terenzi, sign the bottle for my mom. Then my mom's sister smelled her wearing her fragrance, and she requested a bottle as well. So this is a fragrance that's loved by my entire family because my family loves patchouli. We're all patchos here.
Oh, yeah. It's true.
But you know what? Dahlia's been a fan of Gold Rose Oud too. That's why I asked her to do this review with me. Not only is she a fan of the brand, Tiziana Terenzi, you've seen our Ursa review, but she's also a fan of Gold Rose Oud. You've never worn the fragrance, you've tested it many times, but you have the candle. I
do. I've repurchased the candle, and I've worn this, although I don't have a full bottle. It wears like a beautiful rose patchouli. It's reminiscent of Portrait of a Lady. It's not identical, they're not dupes, but that similar sort of lovely rose patchouli combination. And the oud, I think, is what gives it depth on me. But it's one of those ones where you kind of end up huffing your own arm like a weirdo, just like like in public. It's it's all about loving yourself. And when you smell nice, I don't know what people think, but when I walk around
especially in San Francisco with the signs that say no perfume.
Right, yeah. Genuinely, people probably don't think anything in this town.
Yeah.
But yeah, a fragrance-free environment. That's what you're thinking.
That's what I'm thinking of. But a little bit about this one. This is Tiziana Terenzi's Gold Rose Oud, launched in 2012. It's Extrait De Parfum concentration, $190 for the full bottle. Perfume is created by Paolo Terenzi, and this is considered an Oriental Floral, which I totally agree with. It's a rose, but you know, roses are flowers after all. So for notes at the top, what we've got are bergamot, fir, coal tar, sand accord. Very interesting notes. In the heart notes, you've got rose, pepper, and patchouli. In the base, you've got oud, sandalwood, amber, musk, honey accord. There's some sweetness in there, but you generally do not like sweet.
It just stays on patchouli and rose for me. It doesn't leave. The base is a beautiful sort of structure that's supporting the patchouli and the rose. I never really got bergamot. I didn't notice a sand or a coal tar.
I get the fir, but not the coal tar and the sand accord. I'm not sure where that's coming from, but I think the bergamot is there. There's this freshness at the top, but immediately that rose kicks in. It's a spicy rose, and I think the spiciness is coming from that pepper note, right?
Maybe.
Yeah. And then
that makes sense.
And then the oud takes over pretty much, but you know, to me, the oud is there. I find patchouli a lot more dominant than the oud. What do you think?
Agree.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was, this one, I was really interested to see the notes. I'd worn it, and as mentioned, love the smell of it. I didn't really bother to break it down to what I loved about it. Makes perfect sense that it's a patchouli, even though what's surprising though is that that's not a part of the name. It's not rose patchouli or something like that. It's Gold Rose Oud.
In a gold bottle.
Yes.
Which fitting.
It is. It's very pleasing to the eye. What about you? How does it wear on you? Would you say it's very masculine or feminine, or?
I think I bring a I think it's typical for a chemistry. You bring out more femininity, I think. I bring up, I mean, it's pretty masculine on you, but I can smell the jamminess of the rose on you. There's also some leathery touches on you as well.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's coming from the oud, because the oud probably has some leather.
That could be. Yeah, I don't see leather listed.
No, there's no leather listed. But yeah, for me, it's very, very patchouli with lots of rose. So I think what's happening for me is it's a kind of a beautiful juxtaposition of rose and patchouli, and the oud's trying to come out, but it's not able to. I can pick it up in the background, and it's there.
If you think about it, it's there.
Yeah, it's there. It's definitely there. But I mean, I think it's a great balance of the three. I can see your reference about Portrait of a Lady. It's not necessarily similar to Portrait of a Lady, even though this has...
It's not as big.
Not as big?
Yeah, Portrait of a Lady is like 50 paces away. Like it's...
No, I find this to be big, but
I don't think it projects as much. But it's a big fragrance, but it's not as big is all I mean.
I see. Makes sense, yeah. But rose, oud, patchouli, there's a sweetness from the honey in here. I do pick up that fir. It's very, very similar to the fir in Ecstasy, as I was telling you earlier.
Resinous kind of.
There are ambery touches, but for me, it's all about the rose and the patchouli.
The candle is very nice too. The Tiziana Terenzi candles have, instead of a string wick, they have a wooden wick. So it sounds kind of like crackling of a fireplace while it burns.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it's a beautiful kind of curved glass. I mean, it's aesthetically a pretty candle as well as having a nice smell.
Yeah, going back to the Portrait of a Lady, I think what's similar here with Portrait of a Lady is the rose and the patchouli, but everything else is not anything like it. This is not as spicy as the other, although it has the pepper note. It doesn't have the cinnamon and the cloves. It also doesn't have a fruity touch like the raspberry in Portrait of a Lady, whereas this one has a honey accord. There's a sweetness in the dry down.
I've been wearing this on my hand now for maybe a half hour, and the fir, since we've been talking about it, the kind of balsam or whatever it's called of the fir, I'm getting that a lot more than I initially did. It was a lot more of a patchouli rose, and it was hard for me to focus on anything else except maybe some oud. I would agree with that. Yeah.
So I think the pepper in here might be black pepper, what we're talking about, and I think that's giving it some spiciness. But it's definitely nothing like spice from Portrait of a Lady with the cinnamon and the cloves. I mean, I think...
But the patchouli is similar. Like it's almost as though they used a similar patchouli in the two of them.
That's why we like both.
Probably. Yeah. It's a
good patchouli.
If this sounds appealing, this is a good fragrance. This is works really well with my skin chemistry, which I'm always really happy about when that happens. And it's
we both love smelling this on ourselves. Well, we both like smelling it on each other too.
Right, and apparently it's a family favorite as well. So
yes, yeah, we're the patch hose.
Yes, I would say this is not a. This wouldn't be a young person fragrance.
It's pretty mature.
Not an old person fragrance, not like a geriatric or whatever fragrance, but like this is not a teenager fragrance.
I agree, but if they're mature in their mind, I think they can pull it off. I think they could. I have my young niece wearing ouds.
Which ones?
Just ouds, like Tom Ford oud wood and things like that.
Nice.
She's only like 8 years old.
Awesome.
Maybe I'll turn her on to Gold Rose Oud.
Okay, let me know how that works out. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. No, I can see. It's a mature fragrance.
It's cozy, like it's the kind of fragrance that works as well in your life, like moving around outside, but it's also like it has a coziness to it that you might even wear it at home. For me, that's a big distinction. There are fragrances that are for different occasions, and I don't know about how you manage your collection, but there are fragrances that are for evening events. There are fragrances that are work appropriate. There are fragrances that are, nighttime going out. There are, which I just said evening, but like date night is kind of more what I meant. There's fragrances that are daytime in my personal life. Like they're not categorized that way necessarily, but that's how I think of them. This has a lot of dimension, and it's very multi-purpose. It's a relaxed glamour.
Relaxed glamour. Very interesting.
I like that. That suits it very well. It's yeah.
The other thing I want to mention also about this one is I don't find it to be a warm fragrance. I find it to be a cooler fragrance. It's very, very
for
fresh.
The weather.
No. As in, like, it's a very fresh, spicy rather than like a warm spicy. There's no warmth to it. I don't find warm touches at all.
Really?
We don't agree?
No.
We don't usually agree on a lot.
Yeah, we've been doing so well.
I mean, there's the aromatic quality to it, which I associate with cooler fragrances, and there's not, like, it doesn't have a lot of warmth. The rose is a cooler kind of a rose. The patchouli is giving it a coolness to it. The oud is giving it a little bit of a coolness. It doesn't scream warm and ambery.
Okay. Maybe this isn't the same thing that you're saying, but I could go with, as a compromise, I could say, this isn't like a makes me want to hug someone fragrance. It's a very me and myself kind of like nice within my own space fragrance.
Yeah.
It's not come hither. It's not.
Well, typically warm fragrances I associate with gooiness. There's no gooiness here.
Nope, there's no gooiness here.
No.
I agree.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's very fresh to me. It's a very fresh. It's not. If I'm saying it's fresh, it doesn't mean it's a wimp. It's a beast. But there's a fresh aromatic quality to it. Fresh spicy rather than a warm spicy.
And yet, it really, for me, in my experience of wearing it, has been very cozy.
Interesting.
Like, it's relaxed. It's
Interesting.
It's not an uncomfortable clothing day.
Okay. Anyway, we have different opinions.
We have different.
But we both love
Anybody
it.
who's ever seen me on this channel, we we have different opinions. But
No, but we both love this one. We really,
for
really
different
love-
reasons, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's beautifully crafted, and it's blended magnificently, and it's I think relaxed glamour. I don't know about. I mean, I would say that it's more of a cold weather fragrance. I probably wouldn't go for this one in the summer.
Oh, definitely not. No, I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
But in terms of
It's a cooler fragrance rather than a warmer fragrance to me.
yeah, if we're going with like whether or not it makes me want to hug you,
Okay.
then I agree.
All right. We agree. All right, guys. What do you think about Gold Rose Oud? Have you tried it? Are you a fan of the combo of rose and oud? We love that combo.
Yes.
I love it. And last but not least, we have the giveaway of a full bottle of Gold Rose Oud for subscribers of this channel from the USA. Why don't you put down what your current favorite rose and oud fragrance is? Please let us know also what you liked about our review, and then also please let us know what your state is. This is a USA only giveaway. Other than that, if you have any questions or comments, please list below. Please like this video, please share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.